Hi, this is part 4. I would say honestly that most of the saints didn't really like black folks, but they tried to because they were children of God. We're supposed to love our sisters and brothers in Christ, right? But across the pulpit, there was always a call to go over and above your weekly tithes and give large offerings. How many of you brothers are giving $50 right now? Or how many are giving $100 right now? They would jump up and run to the pulpit and give their money. Well, I don't know where my husband thought that he could do it. He was trying to be a showman. $200, I can give $200. I can give this and that. And I would say, honey, we've got a big power bill to pay. I need to buy groceries. Sometimes I only had $30-40 a week to get groceries because of the spending. So many of the saints weren't happy. They weren't happy at this place. And some marriages ended up in divorce. Well, because of this divorce, if one of the saints didn't want to leave the church, the children stayed with that saint. So whether it was the mother or the father, the children would stay with the father if he was staying in the church, or with the mother if they were staying in church, because of threats and issues and things coming from other saints. Yeah, pressure. So when I couldn't take anymore, after being there, I don't know, a year and a half, almost 2 years maybe, when I was beginning to leave, I talked to my husband about it. Oh, he wasn't having it. And I got the threats. You can leave if you want, because you're ungodly. I am going to keep the children. And I said, no, I don't want them to go there. This is not a good place. No, I don't want them to go. Because early on, when you were trying to get me to come, we talked about this. If I no longer felt comfortable, and if I didn't want to continue going, that we were going to have a nice conversation about it. Now you're just being forceful. So I was called by many saints and threatened by them. If I think that I can take those wonderful children, we had 3 by then, the wonderful children of God, out of this holy place, then you're going to be this, that, and the other. Yes. Not 1 or 2 phone calls or 3, more like 5 or 6 phone calls. Threats. So I went ahead and did what I had to do. It was awful. It was a terrible, terrible, terrible time in my life. My children were hidden from me by different members. It was bad. And keep in mind, his family was still attending. None of them are now, all these years later. But, and they will not say that place was a cult. Oh, I just grew out of it, or my family decided to go to a different church, or blah, 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 blah. But if I were to ask them today, so the place was a cult, right? And in 92, 93, when I left, you wouldn't have called it that. And you called me all kinds of names and threatened me. But they won't admit it today. There's going to be a part 6. Because All right, God bless.